Hi grades 3, today is Friday, May the 14th, and we are looking at exercise 42 in your workbooks. So for this exercise, on the first page, what you need to do is you're just going to match, okay? So all you need to remember is 1 minute equals 60 seconds. 2 minutes would equal 60 plus 60, so it would be 120 seconds, right? So if we have 2 minutes, then we go and we match it to 120 seconds. Then we have 3 minutes. 3 minutes would be 60 plus 60 plus 60, right? So it would be 60 plus 60 plus 60, right? Because there's 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So 3 minutes equal 180 seconds. So you're gonna match your 3 minute to 180, okay? And same with this, when it says 2 minutes and 25 seconds, what are we going to do? We know that 2 minutes equal 120 seconds. So 2 minutes and 25 seconds would be 200 and what? So it would be 120 plus 25. So you are going to see these numbers over here and you're going to match them accordingly, okay? Let's go to the next page. So on this page, they have given you, write the missing numbers. And they have said you have 1 minute and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 40 seconds, they're asking you to combine these, okay? So let's do a few together so that you can go ahead and you can do some on your own. Okay, so they have given us on page 122, they have given us 1 minute and 40 seconds, right? Sinan square 1 minute and 40 seconds. Right? And then they said 1 minute and 40 seconds is made up of 1 minute and 40 seconds. Right? So they're asking us to add them up. Okay? So they're saying 1 minute and 40 seconds. How many seconds would you have all together? Which means we are doing 60 because 1 minute equals how many seconds? 60 seconds, right? So that means 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So 60 plus 40 seconds, that gives us, how many seconds should it give us? Over here, it should give us 100 seconds. Does that make sense? So that's how we are going to do these questions. When they have given you 2 minutes, what do you need to know? 2 minutes equals 120 seconds or 2 60s. 1 minute, 60 plus 60, it gives us 120, right? So they have given us So they have given us 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So let's go ahead. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Right? And then they said they divided it up to minutes. So 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, right here, we did an exercise where we matched up 2 minutes, and we know 2 minutes equals 120 seconds, right? Because 2 minutes is made up of 60 plus 60, right? So there are 2 60s in 2 minutes because 1 minute equals 60 seconds, 2 minutes equal 2 60s combined together, which is 120. So what do we need to do? We know that 2 minute equals how many seconds? 120 seconds. So 120 plus 10 gives us, how many seconds should it give us? 130 seconds, right? Okay, I want you to go ahead and I want you to complete C and D on your own, okay? And then if you need to, you can go and check your work on your in your answer key. By the way, just so you know, they have given you seconds here. You will need to write your minutes. Okay? So now they've given you seconds. You need to write them into minutes. You just need to remember that 60, anytime you have 60 seconds, that is going to give you 1 whole minute. When you have 120 seconds, how many minutes do you have? You have 2 minutes, right? So you can go here. If you need help, you can also go back to the page that you just did. So for example, if you added these up, 60 plus 40, that gives us what? It gives us 100, right? Now we don't know what is 100. Okay, so what would we do? How many minutes would we have? 60 plus 40. 60 is 1 minute in itself, right? So what would you do? 60, so you would write 1 over here because it's 1 minute. 60 seconds equals 1 minute, and you would just write your 40 seconds right over here. Okay, does that make sense? Now you are going to go ahead and do this one on your own. Okay, so 120 seconds, how many minutes is that? 120 seconds. We did it so many times. 120 seconds equals, okay, so let's do that one, and then you can go ahead and check your answer. Now, for question 3, what they're asking you is, they're saying if you have 1 minute and 25 seconds, how many seconds do you have all together? So that means 1 minute equals 60 seconds, right? So 60 plus 25, how many seconds should you have? Then you have 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So 2 minutes equals 120 seconds. 120 seconds, so 120 plus 45. So that will be your seconds over here. Again, 2 minutes equal 120 seconds. So 120 plus 50. How many seconds do you get? Then you have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now on this page, we don't have 3 minutes anywhere, but on the front page or on our first page, we had 3 minutes, and we know that 3 minutes equals 180. So in our last one over here, we would do 180 plus 30. That would give us our seconds here, okay? So make sure you add them carefully. Okay, stack your numbers and add them carefully. Then we have write in minutes and seconds. So we have 90 seconds over here. If you have 90 seconds in 90, how many 60s are there in 90? So for these questions, you may have to do, so they have given us 90 seconds, right? And they're asking us how many minutes are there in 90 seconds? How many minutes are there and how many seconds are there? So this question, you would do it just like this at the top. Okay, look how they divided up their minutes and their seconds. So we have 90 seconds. So what would we do? In my 90, how many 60s are in a 90? In my 90, there is only one 60, right? So 90 is made up of 60 and 30, right? How many minutes are 60 seconds? 60 seconds means 1 whole minute, right? So 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is our answer for 4A. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. And even in these questions, you need to just remember to keep on looking for your 60 because 60 seconds makes 1 minute. Does that make sense? So anytime you divide up a number like this, look for 60. Okay? If there's a 60 hidden, you know that that's another minute. Okay? Then we have our last page for this exercise. So our last page, it says fill in the blank. And it says, again, it's asking us for minutes and seconds. So you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. How many seconds would it be altogether? This question is similar to these questions. Okay? So they're just like this at 1 minute 25 seconds. How many seconds do you have? Over here, they're saying you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. How many seconds do you have altogether? So 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So that means you are adding up 60 and 30. That should give you your seconds. Does that make sense? Then over here, they're asking you in some of these questions, they're going to ask you for minutes as well. And again, this is the trick, right? We're going to ask ourselves, how many 60s are there? And that will give us our minutes. Then they've given you minutes and seconds. So 3 minutes, again, you need to go back to your first page. Your first page is going to give you the clue for your minutes and your seconds. So one minute equals 60 seconds. So I'll give it to you. 1 minute equals 60 seconds, right? 2 minutes equal 120 seconds. 3 minutes equal 180 seconds. Okay, so far that's what we have seen, right? So in these questions, that's what you need to do. You need to look at your minutes and you need to add them up and see how many minutes and how many seconds you have. And once you're done, then you can color the space. So it says, how many sides does a pentagon have? Color the spaces which contain the answer. So you will write down the answers, so color the spots where you see the answers. Okay, and that is our exercise for Friday, and we will see each other on Monday.